Every year, me and my school buddy Dr. Mobin Paul tried to do a couple of treks within Europe. This time we are in Norway, specifically its third largest city, Stavanger. Known as the oil capital of Norway, Stavanger is also the base for two of the most famous treks in Norway, the Pulpit Rock trek or Preikestolen trek and the Bolten trek. The Preikestolen trek is the more famous, touristy and easy trek, which we would be doing today after exploring this cute little city. The best viewpoint to observe Stavanger will be the Valberg Tower, which was constructed in the 1850s and was the former observation or watchman's tower of Stavanger. By paying an entrance fee of 50 NOK, we can get inside this 27-meter high tower and walk up the steps to explore its small museum. At the top of the tower, we can watch the entire city and the waterfront, and for a moment be one of the city's watchmen who used to observe and alert residents about fires and other dangers by ringing the bell or even firing the cannons. Walking around, you will find the Holmegate or the Colorful Street, one of Norway's most photographed streets. Just steps from the cruise port, this row of rainbow-colored houses is a lively hub of cafes, boutiques and nightlife. This street was transformed in 2005 thanks to the vision of a hairdresser named Tom Yorsvik and visual artist Craig Flanagan, who wanted to breathe life into his salon and the surrounding businesses. They managed to assign each house with carefully chosen set of 4 or 5 colors, making the entire street stand out among the otherwise whitewashed old streets of Stavanger. In direct contrast to the colorful street is the old town of Stavanger or Gamle Stavanger, filled with white houses. This area consists largely of restored wooden buildings which were built in the 18th century and the beginning of the 19th century. The old town and its cobbled street is right next to the cruise port and a favorite destination for all the cruise passengers looking for a relaxing stroll. We found this huge MSC cruise ship docked at the port and figured all of its passengers were already on their way on buses to the famous Pulpit Rock, where we were headed next. This is one of the day cruises which you can take to the beautiful lysefjord. Just outside the city, we found the Swerdefell, 3 giant bronze swords driven into the rocks, commemorating the Battle of Hafrsfjord. Our ride to Preikestolen trailhead uses the Ryfast Tunnel, cutting the journey short to just 45 minutes. This 14.4 kilometer tunnel is currently the world's longest subsea road tunnel. At the Preikestolen trailhead, we use the P2 parking to park our car. The parking system in Norway is mostly automated, with cameras automatically recording your license plate. You need to pay your parking fee at the kiosk by entering your license plate. Many tourist buses had already arrived at this extremely touristy location, made even more famous by the Mission Impossible movie where Tom Cruise fights Henry Cavill on the Preikestolen. The trail is well maintained given the amount of tourists that visit every day. All the cruise ships coming to Stavanger will have bus loads of tourists coming straight to this trek. The round trip would be around 8 kilometers and would take around 4 to 5 hours. This is mostly an easy trek, with a few steep uphill sections over man-made stone stairs. Preikestolen is a steep cliff which rises 604 meters above the beautiful lysefjord. Atop the cliff, there is an almost flat top of approximately 25 by 25 meters, offering a very unique nature-based experience overlooking the 42-kilometer long fjord. The only way to experience this is to take this fantastic trail all the way up, along steep mountainsides, on narrow paths and up fantastic steps built by the Nepalese Sherpas. We found a load of older trekkers on our way, probably from the cruise ship, and all of them completed the trek with the help of their experienced guides who were always around to motivate and encourage them. For Dr. Mobin, this probably felt just like an evening stroll, as I found him effortlessly climbing his way up all the stairs. If not for me, he would have completed the trek in half the time. The final stretch up before we reach the viewpoint. The authorities have opted not to install fencing or other safety devices here, and yet fatalities at this site are extremely rare despite having hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. To be honest, if the Norwegians start fencing their trails, they would have to fence the entire country. There is the Pulpit Rock jutting out into the fjord, and people are already queuing up for the famous photo. You queue up, then one person gets to walk to the edge and pose, while someone takes your picture from where we were standing earlier. But the best spot to capture the unique square shape of the rock is up there. One needs to climb up the rocks to reach above, and sadly we didn't do it. We should have. The other day we had taken the lysefjord cruise and snapped a picture of the Preikestolen from below. Time to get some snaps and start our trek down. On our way down, we met this unique family making their way up the trail. So then, adios from Preikestolen. In our next video, we'll be sharing our experience trekking to Bolton. Do not forget to watch.